The following recording is a production of Kickin' Out at 2 in conjunction with the Retromania Pro Wrestling Podcast Network and is intended for private use only. For more information, head on over to facebook.com/Kickin' Out at 2 or our Twitter handle @Kickin' Out 2, along with searching Retromania with a W on any and all podcast platforms available to listen to archive shows such as this and all the great content of the Retromania Pro Wrestling Podcast Network. Evergreen content at your fingertips anytime at your listening pleasure. And with that being said, we thank you for listening and hope you enjoy the show. Draft day is upon us here on this episode of Kickin' Out at 2. I'm your host, Dave Rosenbluth, along with Dennis J. Levy, and we're going to present to you the very first inaugural Kickin' Out at 2 Fantasy Draft. This year on Kickin' Out at 2, we've been covering some years of some of the milestone years in wrestling history. 88, 93, 98, 2003, 2008, and I thought it would be kind of cool since WWE recently advertised that they're going to be implementing a draft with their rosters. I thought it would be kind of cool. Dennis and I did our very own draft with the talent pool in the wrestling world from 1998. So we're going to take the WCW roster, the WWF roster, the ECW roster, and we're going to pick our very own rosters. Dennis is going to represent the WWF from 1998. I'm going to represent WCW from 1998. And we're going to pick, and there's all kinds of fun rules that we're going to have as well with all of this. And I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Dennis, welcome to the show, and tell me your thoughts on this draft and other drafts in the past that WWE has done over the years in wrestling. What are your thoughts on them?
Most of the time when the WWE does a draft, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Or even sometimes, it's bad.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this episode. I want us to have more of a NFL draft. And I like that. I'm revealing one of our rules already. It's like I like that. Like for example, if I draft Sergeant Slaughter, I'm not getting 1984 Sergeant Slaughter. I'm getting 1998 Sergeant Slaughter.
Which 1998 Sergeant Slaughter was one of Mr. McMahon's corporate stooges on television. He was part of it. So I mean,
it's vice versa. If you go, I'm drafting Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
It's like he's not getting.
I'm not getting the Hardy Boys. I'm not getting the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy. I'm getting 1998 Jeff Hardy that was doing jobs to Kai and Tai on Sunday Night Heat. You know what I mean? So this is going to be a lot of fun. And here's some of the ground rules that you and I have set. Number one, all champions from both organizations are going to be stripped.
Yep, we're appointing our own champions.
Let's just pick a timeline. Let's say, because we're doing this in April, that this is April of 1998.
Yep.
And what we saw in 1998, Steve Austin winning the WWF title at WrestleMania, that gets stricken from the record. He's no longer the champion. In WCW in April of 98, Hogan had defeated Randy Savage after Savage defeated Sting for the title. Those champions are stripped too. So the current champions in April of 1998 from both the WWF and WCW have all been stripped. So I'll give you those names. So Steve Austin, Triple H, The Rock, and the New Age Outlaws are all champions in WWF. Austin being the heavyweight champ, Rock being the Intercontinental champ, Triple H being the European champ, and the Outlaws being the tag team champions. They have all been stripped of their championships. Now over on the WCW side, Randy Savage just lost the title to Hulk Hogan after defeating Sting at the Spring Stampede pay-per-view, so he is no longer the WCW champion, and neither is Hulk Hogan. U.S. champion at that time was Goldberg, defeating Raven. He's no longer the champion. Chris Jericho losing his Cruiserweight Championship. Booker T loses the TV title. And the Outsiders, Hall and Nash, are no longer the WCW World Tag Team Champions. So, all champions have been stripped of their titles. That's just the first rule, okay? Each of us will get a total of 30 draft picks, okay? Tag teams will be counted as a single draft pick. So we're not going to split up tag teams. We're gonna keep tag teams intact, okay? Trades are allowed. We can trade as much as we want, and giving up a draft pick is optional during a trade. So you can give up a draft pick if you want for a trade. And this is all stuff that you and I are going to have to agree upon, of course. Now, here's the wild card option. Okay, this is something that I created in this process. The wild card option is only allowed to be used once, and there are 3 different options of this wild card. You can either A, steal a pick from your opponent, B, acquire a free agent that wasn't chosen, which means you get an extra pick, or C, you replace an existing pick you've already made. So if let's say you picked Jeff Hardy, 1998, at number 2, and you see that Val Venus is still open and hasn't been chosen, you can replace Val Venus with Jeff Hardy.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay? But that process of either of the... Now, mind you, it's one choice. So the wild card option, you can only do one of those things. And the wild card option only comes into play once all 30 of your picks have been made.
So let's say you steal my guy.
Okay.
You steal my guy.
So for instance, let me give you an example, okay? So after you and I have both picked our 30 draft picks, then we will institute the wild card option, whether we want to use the wild card option or not. So I will say, Dennis, WCW will be using the wild card option to steal your pick. And that's the only option of the wild card I'm allowed to use. And we get to obviously pick which guy we're going to steal. You can institute, okay, I'm going to steal your pick, or I'm going to get an extra pick.
But I just want to make this a cool thing.
Okay.
And no lameness. Let's say, I go, Harvey Whippleman. And you're like, no, I want Harvey Whippleman. I can't, I'm using my wild card. Then I can't be like, well, I'm using my wild card then and take Harvey Whippleman back. But when you use it, it's yours.
Okay, so all right, that's a good, all right, I'm glad you brought that up. So that's a good point too. So if I steal somebody from you using the wild card option, you can't steal them back using the wild card option. You have to do something else.
Yep.
So you can either steal somebody else from me, or you can acquire a free agent, which gives you, which could give you an extra pick, or you can replace one of your picks.
I mean, you mentioned top 3 protected, I'm assuming, yeah?
If you want to implement that, we can do that.
I think, like when you sign a player, of course they get protected.
Okay.
I think our top 3.
So you want top 3
protected.
Top 3 picks are protected. So from picks 4 through 30 are open games.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I can do that. All right. So that's another rule. So just added to the list of rules is our top 3 picks are protected from being stolen from your opponent. But if you wanted to,
trades for sure.
You can trade those top 3 picks, or you can replace them with someone in the free agent pool. So let's say I don't pick up a big free agent after all 30 of my picks are done. And you realize, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have put so-and-so at number 2. I think I'm going to replace him with this guy. You can do that. Okay? But that would be your one wild card option. So just keep in mind, you have 3 different options to choose in the wild card after all 30 are done. But once you've used that wild card option, that's it. You're done. Okay? And then we will go over our final rosters as time goes on. So Dennis will be the WWF, and I will be WCW. And we will be picking wrestlers from the ECW, WWF, and WCW rosters from the year 1998. We each have links to different rosters. Of everyone that was employed or on television or under contract with all 3 of those companies throughout the calendar year of 1998. Any thoughts, Dennis, on these rules? We're good with all that?
I think we're good.
Okay, all right. So would you like to determine who gets the first pick?
You want to do like a coin flip, rock, paper, scissors? How you want to do?
I don't care. I'm open to anything.
Let's do rock, paper, scissors.
Right. Best out of 3? Or
best out of 1.
One shot?
One shot. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Dennis got the scissors. I got the paper. So Dennis will get the first pick in the inaugural kicking out at 2 fantasy draft. Dennis,
no brainer.
You go first.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to mark this down here. So Dennis has Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he is one of 3 picks protected in Dennis's arsenal for WCW for WWF, I should say. So you chose Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I had a feeling that was what you were going to do, and I totally get that.
If you actually were going to take Stone Cold, I was actually going to go a little bit of a reach pick, but I'll reveal it after the pick.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, so that's Dennis's first pick. The overall very first pick in the Kicking Out at 2 draft is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and a good pick. I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay, with my first pick for WCW. I'm going to do something that WCW couldn't get right. They couldn't do it right, and they had this individual on a silver platter, and they fucked up his run in WCW. My very first pick in the Kicking Out at 2 draft, representing World Championship Wrestling, will be Bret the Hitman Hart. That is my very first pick. Bret Hart, as we know, had a horrible run in WCW. He was his character was mismanaged. He was once fighting the NWO, and then a week later, he was once a member of the NWO, and there was no explanation behind it. As a matter of fact, he helped Hogan defeat Savage for the title in April of '98 and joined the NWO. He was labeled their head recruiter or something, some bullshit title like that. So that is our first pick. That is WCW's first pick. So you're writing all yours down, Dennis?
Yep.
Okay. So you'll keep track of yours, and then I'll keep track of mine here on my phone. And then I'll get a copy of that so I can post it on our social media. So I picked Bret Hart as my first pick. All right, go with your second pick. Sting. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Explain to me. So, all right. So let me. All right. And while we do this, while we go through this whole process here, as we're picking our 30 picks, give me some insight as to why you've chose.
I'm just going just by one. I'm not going by ability right now. I'm just going by draw power.
Okay.
Who are the two biggest draws, in my opinion, 98? Stone Cold and Sting. Boom, got him.
Really? Okay. Well, Sting definitely is a big draw, was a big draw in 1998. And for my second pick in the Kicking Out at 2 draft, I'm going to go with Goldberg.
Ooh, good one.
As my second pick. Goldberg, who was just getting hot, and he was actually a very big draw in 1998 for WCW. Somebody that they looked to be building the future towards, and eventually he would win the world title from Hogan in July of 98 on that memorable Georgia Dome episode of Monday Nitro. So your third and final protected pick in your
This
draft.
guy is going to be a reach of reaches. But I want this guy protected because he's going to be almost an average rematch of mine. RVD.
Wow. Okay. I actually had RVD as somebody that I wanted to draft.
That's what I mean. I don't want to stolen.
Okay.
I have too many dream matches with this guy.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
And if you want him, like I said, I'm going to need a king ransom. He's protected.
Okay. So let me go back here and look at. So, you're going to need a king's ransom. Okay. So, let me take a look here at my rosters. My third pick that's going to be protected in the draft for WCW, Hollywood Hogan.
Hogan.
So I'm going to pick Hollywood Hogan. Are you writing down mine or are you writing down yours?
Both.
Oh, you're writing. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. So you have. Wow. You're keeping track of all of it. Okay. I had it on my phone too, but I appreciate it. So so Hollywood Hogan is going to be my protected pick in the third pick in the WCW portion of this Kicking Out at 2 draft. All right, so now this is where we get into the territory of now we can start making trades.
Yeah,
now we can start making deals and things like that. So I would like for you to make your fourth pick for the WWF in this draft.
Undertaker.
Okay. All right. Now we're cooking. Okay. You know what? We'll talk later. We will talk later. That's for sure. We will definitely talk later. All right. I've picked 3 WCW guys to protect in this draft. The next pick will come from WCW will be a representative of the World Wrestling Federation. And it will actually be... It'll be somebody, I have a feeling you're going to pick this person. You might want to trade for this one. Okay? I'm going with Mick Foley.
Oh, that hurts me.
As Cactus Jack. I'm going with Mick Foley. That's my pick. That is my fourth pick in this draft.
You want to do straight up Taker for Foley?
Not yet. I want to see what else you got.
That hurts me.
Yeah?
That hurts me.
That hurts you? Okay.
That hurts me.
That hurts you. All right. So you have. So let's review here. So I have Bret Hart, Goldberg, Hollywood Hogan, and Mick Foley. You have Stone Cold, Sting, Undertaker, RVD.
Yep.
All right. Who's your fifth pick?
It's such a good question. Rocky Maivia. Let's go.
The Rock. Okay. All right. I like it. My fifth pick from WCW is none other than Shawn Michaels.
Good one.
Shawn Michaels, who at the time... I was
waiting for Shawn. Shawn was definitely during the draft, that one guy that's thought he was going to be in the top 3, and he gets going, the camera gets you going.
He's the top 5. But also you got to take into account too. He only performed early on in '98, and then the rest of the year he was. I was trying
to keep kayfabe. That's why I kind of anyway.
Yeah, so Shawn can still be a major player whether he's wrestling or not on their programming. So continue.
All right, I'm going first tag team Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys. Oh, all right. Okay.
Maybe a reach, but
I
want them for sure.
I don't think it's a reach. Because I was actually going to be choosing a tag team, and they were one of the teams that was on my radar. But I'm going to go with, for my fifth pick, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors.
Good one.
They're going to be...
Little past their prime, but still a great pick.
Still got drawing ability and value to a show, I think. At least I think. And with their history with WCW, they could kind of mesh well with them. All right. What you got? This is we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're 6. So we are at the 7th pick in this draft here.
Going Raven.
You're going Raven. Okay.
A little bit of a reach.
Okay. All right.
You made WCW Raven. But
you're talking WCW Raven. But WCW Raven wasn't that bad.
He was pretty awesome.
He wasn't as iconic as his ECW persona, but he still was a solid player on their show. Okay. Raven, that's not a bad one. I got one. I got a good one for you. WCW, with the 7th pick, is going to be choosing Kane.
Oh, that's a good one. Good pick. Yep, that's a good pick.
Yeah, okay. So, with the 8th pick, Dennis.
Someone's going to have to take him. I think it's the perfect time to take him. Macho Man Randy.
Oh, man. All right. Okay. All right. I can get behind it. With the 8th pick, WCW chooses Rey Mysterio.
Rey's a good pick. All right. The WWE correlation is going to be taking Harlem Heat.
Oh, man! Oh, you fucker! I was going to take Booker as a single. Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Oh, man. All right. God damn it. Man. Oof. All right.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'll give you Harlem Heat for the mixer.
I'm going to hold off for a minute. Okay? I do like the idea of it, but I am going to hold off. That's pretty good. My next pick is another tag team, the Outsiders, Hall and Nash.
Yeah, good pick. I was literally 3 picks away from picking them.
3 picks away. Oh, yeah. Wow.
In my head.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we are at now. Where are we at? We're at 10, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes.
We are at the 10th pick.
10th pick.
10th pick in the draft. So top 10 right here. Who you got, Dennis?
I'm going with Taz.
Taz. Oh, son of a bitch. Another one I had in mind. Okay. All right. I like it. And Taz had a pretty good year in '98. Taz was, chasing Shane Douglas for the ECW title. Douglas was hurt, so he was throwing the triple threat in front of him. Bigelow, Candido. There's that infamous match at the Heatwave pay-per-view when Taz suplexed Bigelow through the stage. They did the Taz mission spot through the ring. He had some memorable matches with Sabu. Taz is a good pick. I like the Taz pick. All right. So for the 10th pick in my draft, representing WCW, will be, and this one I wouldn't say I got big plans for this person, but this individual I feel could have been a very good performer in the mid-card in WCW, and that's D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo Brown?
D'Lo Brown making...
I don't know, I think that's a bit of a reach, but I've always been a fan of D'Lo.
So those are my top 10 picks right there. Top 10.
Yeah, good work. And still a reach, though.
Yeah. Okay, so who you got for number 11? Now, actually, let's stop for a minute here, okay?
Yeah.
Is there any point... Now, we'll take little breaks here. Is there any point? Is there you threw the idea out there about a Harlem Heat for a Mick Foley?
Yep.
Okay, you really want Mick bad.
There's a dream match of mine. I haven't drafted this gentleman yet, but I of course won't tell you till the end. Mm-hmm. But there's a dream match of mine which I really really wanted, and it involves Mick Foley.
Okay.
So I am willing.
So can you go over your picks again? So
yes.
The 3 that aren't protected.
Yes.
So you got Sting, Austin, and RVD are your 3 that are protected. Okay.
Yes. So. Unprotected. Undertaker, Rock, Dudley Boyz, Raven, Randy Savage, Harlem Heat, Taz.
Okay. And Mick is the only one that you want out of my bunch currently, because I have Brett, Goldberg, Hogan, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, Legion of Doom, Kane, Rey Mysterio, The Outsiders, and D'Lo Brown.
You give me The Outsiders, I give you Harlem Heat.
I don't want to lose The Outsiders.
I need a tag. I either need Foley or a tag team currently. A tag team for a tag team.
Okay. See, I only want Booker as a singles. That's just me.
Yeah, I want a tag team.
You want a tag?
I love tag teams.
I want tag teams too, but I want Booker in a singles role. That's why I'd rather not go for that trade. Read off your unprotected again. Sorry.
Taker, Rock, Dudley's, Raven, Randy Savage, Harlem Heat, Taz. And for the record, I should have drafted Randy over Raven. That's a bad image, but anyway.
All right, we're gonna revisit these trade talks shortly. I got.
You got your wild card. If you want them, you can use the yellow wild card.
That's the thing too. I'm trying, but the wild card's only thrown in after we've made all 30 picks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna instantly do it.
We could trade. We'll throw the wild card option before we make our final roster. Gotcha. So that comes at the end. So the trades can happen anytime. Okay. Wild card if I want to steal somebody.
I wild card was anytime.
No, okay. I'm sorry. I should have made that. If I wasn't clear about that, I should have. Unless that's something you want to implement. You want.
How do they do it? Doesn't it make it more spontaneous? Like
that's true.
Like
that's true. But if you use that wild card, use it once.
It's over.
It's over.
That's what I mean.
Okay, it's over.
That's right. If you want them that bad, you could use your wild card.
All right. So we've each drafted 10 so far. So we're a third of the way. We're a third of the way through. Who you got for number 11?
11. You know what? With all this talk, I forget already. New Age Outlaws. I didn't want it.
You want the New Age Outlaws? Okay. So you kind of. It seems like we're kind of sticking with. Majority of these guys had already been with WWF or WCW, but we're sprinkling in a few outsiders, so to speak, in our roster.
Well, obviously, in this time, I was more WWF, ECW guys.
Yeah,
that's right.
So you kind of have with a couple WCWs here and there. Yeah, I got you. Okay, all right, I can see that. For my 11th pick in the draft, and I don't know why I didn't make him a top 10, but I didn't really have. I'm going to go with Triple H.
Triple H.
So
never been a fan, but I get his draw.
We break up DX there. So that is the 11th pick in the draft.
All right. I think this is a little bit of a reach, but I want him.
Ming. Okay. All right. I dig it. Haku, formerly known as King Haku. Ming from the Faces of Fear tag team with the Barbarian. They were they were representatives of the Dungeon of Doom at the time or something like that. Jimmy Hart was their manager in WCW at that time. Okay, so that was your 12th pick. Mm-hmm. My 12th pick. Let me go through this. Rosters here. I'm gonna go with Farouk, Ron Simmons.
Good pick.
As my 12th pick in this draft. And this is Farouk that had just gotten kicked out of the Nation of Domination in a singles run. And bringing him back to WCW could be like a rejuvenation for him at that time. So that's my theory and my idea behind Farouk. He could be known as Ron Simmons going back to WCW too. So go ahead with your 13th pick.
Go with Lance Storm.
Lance Storm. Okay. All right. I can get behind it. I can get behind Lance Storm. Actually, I have an ECW pick for my next pick, and that is somebody that I'm sure you've had your eye on, and he will probably be in trade talks at some point, but I am going with Sabu.
You know I wanted it.
Yeah, I did. I did, you fucker. All right, so number 14, Dennis, who do you got?
I'll give you...
We're going to talk trades now.
The 14th pick of the draft. I can't give you Harlem Heat. Yeah, I would do it. The 14th pick in the draft, Harlem Heat for the Mixter.
God damn. That's... that's an interesting one. Can I think about this offer? Or is it something that needs to be done now? Or
obviously, I'm thinking about to make the pick, right?
Oh shit! You're thinking about about throwing in the wild card? Is that what you're saying?
No, fuck it. Who else am I going to use it for? Boom! I'm stealing the full.
Oh man! I gave you the idea, you son of a bitch.
I was gonna hold it out for
Oh man! So I just lost the draft pick.
And because it's the wild card, he's protected now too. The wild card's protected.
Why are we protecting the wild card?
You remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I can't steal him back. I can't steal him back. So all right. So now that I stole. All right. So let me ask you something. Yeah. So now that you just took that pick from me, since we're kind of.
Yeah, don't receive
well, no, not that, but do I get to replace my pick with what was what was taken from me, or do I continue? Did I lose a pick?
Because I think you. That's a great pick. Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to think because you still got your wild card. You're going to use it sooner or later.
So I can replace him with the wild card. Sorry, so I just lost a draft pick. So I'm down. So I'm down a pick because you stole
Down
one from
a
me.
pick, yep.
Okay. All right. That's fair. All right. So you just used the wild card on Mick Foley to get you Mick Foley.
That's right. I can't tell you. If you use this for your wild card just to fuck me, then whatever. My dream match, though, I can't. You know me. I'm not good at keeping secrets. Ming versus Mick Foley was one of my dream matches. I always wanted.
I wouldn't fuck you like that. That's not me.
I would make them a match with that.
That'd be pretty physical. I will say. Here's another individual that So I've got the next pick, right? So that was your wild card.
Wild card, yeah.
Okay, that was your wild card. So you just used the wild card. You're done with the wild card option.
It's gone.
You took Mick Foley, okay?
Yep.
So what pick? How many picks you got?
Let's
go through this again. So you should be.
So this is a steal. So I'm starring that. So my picks were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right?
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you that was your wild card. So I'm still at. So I got to get a 13th pick right now, and then. My 13th pick will be none other than the franchise Shane Douglas.
Shane Douglas.
I will put Shane Douglas in this.
All right, Mr. Douglas.
So you are at number 14 now.
All right. Let's check it out. I'm going Edge and Christian.
Ah, son of a bitch! I was going to do that too. I should have done that before Douglas because that was my next. I was going to go with another tag team. Son of a bitch. Okay, all right. So I'm going to pivot here. Okay, and my next pick is none other than Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Good one. I've never been a big fan of his, but he has draw power. You know what? Anyway.
So
you're going to use him as a singles wrestler.
I'm going to use him as a singles, yes.
Right.
I'm not using him in a tag.
Right.
So Rick is still open if you wanted Rick.
No offense. Rick is so. The Steiner brothers, yes.
Yeah.
Rick, you want to draft him? Knock yourself out.
Okay.
I think this next pick of mine, you're gonna kick yourself right in the booty right in the booty cheeks. Ken Shamrock.
Oh, motherfucker. You know what's funny too? I was going through a list of picks, and hold on one second here. I was going through a list of picks last night, and I was like, my tentative picks, and I had a list of them. And Shamrock was in like my top 5. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go through the rosters and just do it that way instead of just like having a list of guys that I want and just see how the whole thing shakes out. Bring more spontaneity to the bunch, if you will. Okay, so you picked Shamrock. My next pick in the Kicking Out at 2 draft, representing going to WCW, will be son of a bitch. Trying to think. Who do I want?
Here Mars. Oh, okay, you got it.
You know what? I want Matt and Jeff Hardy.
You want the Hardy Boys?
I do want the Hardy Boys.
98 Hardy Boys?
I do.
All right, Hardy Boys.
I do want the 98 Hardy Boys.
Hey, we're talking 2002. That's a great pick.
I do want the 98 Hardy Boys because I think that they could be a good young babyface tag team up against guys like the Outsiders.
You only have Outsiders and Hardy Boys for your tag team.
I know.
So, yeah.
I know, because you fucking took 2 teams I wanted.
All right.
I'll propose a trade with you here. Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, I got the Legion of Doom as a tag team as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll give you Sabu for Ken Shamrock.
Oh, done deal.
Done deal?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Trade's official. Sabu will be going to the WWF. Ken Shamrock will be coming to WCW.
Absolutely. Done deal.
Now, I got another trade proposal. Even though I just picked them.
Okay.
Would you have any interest in the Hardys?
Not 98 Hardys.
Not 98 Hardys?
No way.
Okay. All right. I might... all right, let me ask you this, okay? Because I'm kind of regretting this now that I just picked them, okay? My wild card option. Tag teams are a single, okay?
Yeah, you could other than Stone Cold, Sting, and RVD, you can steal any guy you want.
Yeah, or I can replace a pick. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... And you can only use this once.
Yep.
Okay, the wild card is only used once. So, I am going to, with the Hardys... Actually, no, I'm going to hold off. Yeah, let me hold off for just a moment, okay? So right now, currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 15 picks. I believe you have 16 because you stole Cactus from me. So So is it your pick or is it my pick? I think
you just picked the Hardys.
I just picked the Hardys. Yep. Yeah. So you're the next pick.
All right. I think this is another one you're going to kick yourself with. And I think it'd be one of these guys again, to the NFL analogy, where it's like they thought they're going to be in like in the top 5, top 10, and all of a sudden they slid a little bit, and they're waiting to get drafted. DDP.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was kind of. Yeah, I was. I'm not gonna lie. DDP was one of mine that I was going to pick. Before this big name gets snatched up, I'm going to go with a guy who was on the rise, and he was really making a name for himself, standing out, wasn't involved in a major storyline, but he created something for himself, and then became one of the hottest free agents a year later. But WCW is choosing Chris Jericho.
Jericho, great pick.
I'm going with Chris Jericho here
great pick.
For my next pick in the draft.
How about you pick up your telephone?
What do we got here?
Harlem Heat for Chris Jericho.
That's tough. You know what? I'll do that. Right. I'll do that. I add Harlem Heat to the ranks. Yeah, I got you. Because I can always move Booker into a singles if I wanted to. Okay.
I can't believe I forgot about Chris Jericho.
Okay, that's a good trade. That's a good trade. Yeah,
I think that's a fair trade.
That's a fair trade. Yeah, I can get behind that because, like I said, if I don't do anything with Stevie Ray, Booker T was great in the singles role. Okay, I can do that.
Well, he's not my favorite, but his draw power is too big for me not to pick him. Ric Flair.
Okay, Ric Flair. Yeah, that's surprising.
A little past his prime, 98 Flair, but. He still has draw power.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to think here. Let me look back at these rules here for the wild card. So I can either steal a pick from you.
Yep.
I can acquire a free agent from the talent pool that wasn't chosen after the 30 picks have been made, or I can replace an existing pick that's not in the top 3. I'm going to hold off on my wild card for a moment. But in the meantime, while I'm holding off on my wild card, I am going to choose Taka Michinoku to add to the Cruiserweight division with Rey Mysterio.
You got yourself a nice little Cruiserweight division. Give me that.
Taka, Rey...
There's still Jericho from you.
You stole Jericho, but that's fine.
I didn't steal it. I gave you a nice trade.
It was. Yeah,
you needed a tag team bad.
Well, I had the LOD and the Outsiders.
Yeah.
And Harlem Heat was a good choice, the Hardys. So I got a nice little solid, tag team division so far. I know you wouldn't give up the Dudleys.
No. I mean, you got your wild card.
You throw that out there a lot, huh? All right, who you got next?
I This is just because I just want him. New Jack.
New Jack? Okay. All right. New Jack, he was what he was. I wasn't the biggest New Jack guy. I mean, it was.
I would like to see New Jack '98 in a big promotion and see what they could have done with him.
Do you think that like because of his controversial persona and his style and his presentation that it?
I would have given him any of my top guys, but this is how I would book him. I would just give him the job guys, and I would just say for 5 years, just beat the shit out of him. And I would take the job guys, go here's $500 extra. You're taking a whooping. New Jack is kicking the shit out of him.
That's good. I like that.
That's how I'm gonna do my New Jack.
Okay, I like that. For my next pick in the Kicking Out at 2 draft, representing WCW, WCW has chosen none other than Owen Hart.
Oh, great pick. Steal of the draft, in my opinion.
Owen Hart, right there. Imagine the opportunities with Owen and Brett in '98 being together in WCW.
Yeah.
I
always thought Owen Hart in WCW that if he walked after the screw job said, "Fuck you, Vince, I'm going to WCW." I always wondered how would WCW book him. I think he could have been a big star over there. Big star.
I don't know. I mean, look how they booked Brett. Brett was the bigger star than him. But then again, Owen.
He had a couple bad breaks. If he didn't get kicked in the head.
But even before that, he was getting booked like shit. That's why that was my whole reason behind it. I'm not the biggest Brett guy, but that was my whole reason behind making him number one pick. Is like to show that like WCW is going to get it right with him this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to the last time. So let me see where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I am at my 19th pick. I'm technically supposed to be at my 20th, but you stole Cactus Jack McFoley from me. So your turn.
Yeah. Just because I'm a fan, this is a fanboy pick, but I'm taking him anyway. Psychosis.
Okay. All right. You're gonna add to your lightweight division?
I need it.
You need it because you don't even have a champion. You don't have. You have.
I have no division yet.
You have no division.
I got him and Jericho essentially.
Okay. That's funny that you were thinking about that because my pick next is going to be none other than X-Pac to add to my lightweight division. X-Pac, 6-Pac, whatever you want to call them. So right now I have virtually all of the clique in WCW. Sean, Hunter, the Outsiders, and X-Pac. So that's my most recent pick there. So we are where are we at, Dennis?
I don't know what pick we're on actually, but
go by your picks because since you have extra.
All right. So
I think you're at 20.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You got right on the nose. And what's the 20th?
20th pick.
I'm torn between two guys right now. And
if you need a little help, just let me know.
I'm torn between two guys. What the fuck? I'm going Goldust.
Oh, okay. All right. Not bad.
Between him and someone else.
Not bad. Okay. All right. Let me take a look here. So my next pick in the draft from ECW, Mike Awesome.
Ooh. Right-handed God? That was my dude.
You were going to pick him?
I was going to pick him.
No shit. Yeah. Oh, wow. So it was between him and...
him and Goldust.
Him and Goldust. Okay. All right.
Awesome. All right, my next pick... Just... Because I got to focus on my lightweight division a little bit. I'm picking the Juice.
Hoovy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. So that is the 21st pick in the draft. And from WWF, represented by Dennis J. Levy. Representing WCW in this draft is myself. And I will be choosing Eddie Guerrero.
Ooh, great pick.
Eddie Guerrero can work in the tags. He can work in a singles. He can be a cruiserweight. He can work with the heavy. I mean, actually, this is before he was a main event player. But Guerrero was a very popular force in the mid-card at that time in WCW. Who do you got, Dennis? We are at the 22nd pick, I believe.
This is where he should be. Lex Luger.
Luger in the WWF. Yep. 1998 Lex Luger. Okay. All right. I like it. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let me take a look here. Let me just go through my picks again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I am on pick number. It's technically the 23rd pick, yep. But this is my 22nd pick because I was unfortunately had lost one. I'm going with Yoshihiro Tajiri.
Tajiri, good pick.
Another addition to the cruiserweight division.
That stung a little bit.
I'm surprised you didn't pick him.
I love Tajiri. I don't know. I just think he.
If we're comparing cruiserweight divisions, I got you beat right now.
Oh, you're destroying me.
I got you beat. Not gonna lie. I definitely have you beat. Faux show. Got you beat right there. All right, so we are on the 24th pick. 23rd or 24th? I forget. I'm doing terrible keeping track of it.
I'm a big fan of these guys, so I'm picking them. The Headbangers.
The Headbangers. Interesting. Okay.
I bet you I could have got these guys on my very last pick, but I want them.
Okay. My next pick is going to be none other than JEFF, JARRETT, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
I thought about drafting him earlier, but he's just not my cup of tea. You can have him.
Okay. That's fair. I will.
All right. Another reach pick, potentially. I want him just to have him. My favorite all-time wrestler in this period, Just Incredible.
Just Incredible. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised that's another one that you didn't pick early on.
I can't.
Yeah.
Come on. But no, Justin can work, dude. I can think of something. Oh man. Yeah.
My next pick, with the 25th pick in this draft, the Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow.
That's a good one. Bam Bam.
So we are going on number 26.
You know what? He can work his ass off. I'm going Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn. Okay. He could be another helpful addition to your light heavyweight division.
Yeah, good point, too.
You know? And you've actually... Who you got for your lightweight division? You got
Smoothie
Psychosis, Jerry Lynn.
Jericho. Stretch. Just Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Jericho, Lynn.
Okay.
The Juice, Psychosis. Okay, it's alright. It's kind of like comparing. You got the WCW. Your WCW, you're known for your lightweight division. I got my guys that can hang.
Yeah.
You know, you got a division, and I got a couple dudes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, the WWF wasn't really heavy on lightweights at that time, so I mean, maybe under the Dennis J. Levy version, you could spruce that up.
I love me some Taka.
Well, I mean, you know, I'd be open to trading if you wanted. I would trade.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'd give you Taka, okay?
Yep.
Because I have a deep enough talent pool when it comes to the lightweights, which Jeff Hardy could also be considered a lightweight as well. But
well, you got him as a tag team.
I got him as a tag team, yes. But you got Ray, Tajiri, Taka. I got Jericho. Or actually, no, I traded Jericho. So, I mean, you got Jericho, Taka. You want Taka bad? Like you
yeah, I'm not. I don't have a hard on.
Okay. All right.
I'm interested.
Do you want to discuss any trades? Is there anybody that
What do you got?
All right, so I'll go through my roster.
No. Who do you want to get?
Who would I want to get rid of?
Yeah.
Oh
no. Yeah. Who do you want from my guys? Between.
Go through your list of protected picks, or unprotected. So the protected ones are.
Maybe we could trade him, but I'm not going to trade you talking for Stone Cold.
No. You'd be a fucking moron if you did that. You'd be an idiot if you did that. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I got Taker, Rock, Dudley's, Raven, Randy Savage, Chris Jericho, Taz, New Age Outlaws, Ming, Lance Storm. I guess I could trade my wild card, I guess, fully, but not going to happen.
No, you're not going to. Yeah, you don't want that.
Then Edge and Christian.
That's a team, yeah.
Sabu. How did I get to that? All right, trade.
Yeah, we traded here because I took Shamrock.
Yep.
You got
Sabu, DDP, Ric Flair, New Jack, Psychosis, Goldust, The Juice, Lex Luger, Headbangers, Just Incredible, Jerry Lynn.
All right. I'll read you off mine. If there's anybody that you're interested in, we can have a discussion.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels, Legion of Doom, Kane, Rey Mysterio, The Outsiders, D'Lo Brown, Triple H, Farouk, Ken Shamrock, Shane Douglas, Big Papa Pump, The Hardy Boys, Harlem Heat, Taka, Owen Hart, X-Pac, Mike Awesome, Eddie Guerrero, Tajiri, Jeff Jarrett, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah. I mean, I want Harlem Heat back, but...
You want Harlem Heat back?
But, I don't know. It sounds wild. But we need to do this. Undertaker for Harlem Heat.
No, I don't want Undertaker.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't want Undertaker. You really want Harlem Heat? Because you got, no tag division.
No, I do got tag division. Dude, I got the Dudleys. I got the New Age. Edge and Christian. Someone else, too. I had another tag team.
The Headbangers.
Headbangers,
yeah. You really want Harlem Heat back?
I just think, dude, just...
All right. Well, we can also go back and forth and trade at the end too if we're not sure either. So.
Oh, you can really screw me with something, man.
Well, I still haven't implemented my wild card either.
Wild card, you could.
I haven't implemented my wild card.
You could turn my roster upside down.
I haven't even done that yet, and I'm not sure what I want. And full disclosure, and I'm not bullshitting. This isn't lip service. Yeah. I still don't know what I want to do with my wild card. Whether I want to replace my pick that you stole, steal a pick from you, or I don't know. I'm not sure. So, but I am sure about this next pick.
Yep.
This is a controversial one, but from 1998.
I think you're doing what I was going to literally about the pick. I'm writing it down too. Let's see if it matches up. All right. Say it.
Chris Benoit. You son of a bitch. I mean, my next honestly, everybody,
that was my next pick.
You and I have talked about it. He's a piece of shit for what he did.
Yeah.
And, it's awful that's what he's most remembered for. But in 1998, man, the 7 Best Series with Booker T,
those were so good.
Those were some great matches. And Benoit is the kind of guy that's a utility player that could be in the cruiserweight division for his size. He could be in the mid card with US and TV. He could tag, so I don't have any issue with Benoit.
That's going to be my next pick.
All right, well.
Anyway, so I'll go with the 10 of the man with 1,000 holes.
You son of a, that was my next pick. Oh my God, that was my next pick. I'm surprised you didn't pick him sooner for your lightweight division.
Well, that's
now you got a pretty solid lightweight division, to be honest with you. Malenko, Jerry Lynn, Hoovy, Psychosis, Jericho. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think I got the better one, but that's just me.
I agree.
Ray, Taka, X-Pac. I could put Benoit in there. I could put Eddie Guerrero in there if I wanted to. Son of a bitch. You took... Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the 20... Well, I'm at 20... So I did 26, but where are we at, Dennis? 27?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's your pick, I believe.
It's my pick? Okay. Well, you're at 28, right?
Yeah, I just did Dean Malenko, and of course I picked first, and you just did, and you before it was
Chris
Benoit.
Yeah. So my next pick, I'm gonna go with son of a bitch. Trying to figure out who I can go with. I already picked him. I'm gonna go with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Not a bad pick.
I'm gonna go with Mark Henry. Need another big guy.
Right.
You got Goldberg, you got Kane, you got Nash. Mark Henry, Mike Awesome's another big guy. Yeah. Bigelow, Mark Henry. I like Mark Henry. I like Mark Henry for my picks.
Right, yeah. I'm going Too Cool for my next pick.
Okay. So round off how many guys you got there. Let's just
right.
recap here because our counting has been awful.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Stealing the count. Wait. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I got 28.
28. All right. So you and I got 2 more picks. So you chose Too Cool, Brian Christopher and Scott Taylor for your little tag team division. All right, not bad. I can get behind that. So I only got 2 more picks left, and I'm gonna go with. Here, let me take a look. Damn, I'm... All right, sorry about that. Just trying to browse through. I'm going to go with Kurt Hennig.
Oh, that's a good one.
Kurt Hennig. I think Kurt Hennig in 1998 still had some value to him as a member of the NWO. So... I got 1 more pick after this.
Oh, right. So this is my last pick?
Hold on. You should... 20...
If you're done your last pick, then...
No, hold on. 2 more. So after that pick, I think I was done. So 1, 2, 3. I got 2 more after this pick. So I have 2 more official picks in these rounds after this pick. So you have 2. So you have 2 more, and I have 2 more.
All right, excellent. All right,
so we're at 2 more. So it just throws it. Our counting has been awful this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so we know
we're going to recount like 20.
So we know 2 more.
We got 2 more picks left.
I'm doing this because I love a good story, and I'm finally gonna be the guy. My federation, my WWE is gonna be his story is going to be. We're going to take him out to the shed to shoot him down. Terry Funk. We're finally
Okay.
We're finally
okay. All right, Terry Funk. That's not a bad
And I won't lie. If you take him, you take him. But my dream match, probably on my pay-per-view, Terry Funk's retirement match against The Undertaker.
Okay.
That'd be my pay-per-view.
I thought about Funk, but not too hard. All right. My next pick is another addition to the Cruiserweight division, and that's Kidman.
Billy Kidman, that's such a... Especially for this late in the game, I'm pissed at myself right now. 90 Kidman, he was fucking fantastic.
I mean, 98 Kidman, he had a run in the flock. He was like Raven's little flunky, but then when Raven's flock disbanded and they started focusing more on Kidman in the Cruiserweight division, to me, if you want to talk, I mean, Billy Kidman I thought was a great addition to the Cruiserweight division. His in-ring ability I thought was one of the best. He was exciting to watch. One of my favorite moments of Billy Kidman as a performer in WCW was there was a series of matches he had over the course of 2 months where he just tore it up. He had a match with Juventud for the Cruiserweight Championship at World War III, where they actually used multiple rings. You know how they had the 3 rings set up for that pay-per-view? They bounced around from different rings, and it was just very exciting to watch. And then, at Starrcade that year, in 98, the following month, Kidman beat Ray and Hoovy in a triple threat. And then, following that victory, Eddie Guerrero challenged him to a match right after, and he had a fantastic match with Eddie Guerrero. And Kidman to me, I was very impressed with his performance. And I think in my version of WCW, another welcome addition to the Cruiserweight.
I think that's a great pick. And my final pick of the draft is going to be Fit Finlay.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about him. Damn it. That's a good one. Okay. All right. So, I've got the last pick here in this draft. I'm looking through. I'm seeing who's available. And let me go through the WWF roster again here. Let me see who's available here. To be honest with you, WWF was heavy on characters at this time. They didn't have the top-notch in-ring performers. But I'm going to go with my final pick in the draft, and it's not because of any standing. It's not bad to be the last pick in the draft.
Yep. Mr. Irrelevant, you'll say.
I'm going to go with Perry Saturn.
Perry Saturn, great pick.
Is my final pick in the draft.
Too bad he wasn't ECW, and then you could take the Eliminators. Those guys are fucking fantastic. I was hoping to get them. But I'm about a year too late, right?
It was a year too late, yeah. So, all right. So, Dennis, read off your roster.
All right, here we go.
I'll read off mine, and then we will move forward.
Protected, Stone Cold, Sting, RVD. And then my number 4th pick was Taker, The Rock, Dudley Boys, Raven, Randy Savage. We traded Harlem Heat for Chris Jericho. So I got Jericho, Taz, New Age Outlaws, Ming, Lance Storm. I stole Mick Foley from you. I got Edge and Christian. We traded Ken Shamrock for Sabu, so I got Sabu. DDP, Ric Flair, New Jack, Psychosis, Goldust, The Juice, Lex Luger, Ed Bangers, Just Incredible, Jerry Lynn, Dean Malenko, Too Cool, Terry Funk, Fit Finlay.
Okay. And representing WCW, my 3 protected picks are Bret the Hitman Hart, Goldberg, and Hollywood Hogan, 1, 2, and 3. Following that, Shawn Michaels, The Legion of Doom, Kane, Rey Mysterio, The Outsiders, D'Lo Brown, Triple H, Farouk, Ken Shamrock, Shane Douglas, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, The Hardy Boys, Harlem Heat, Taka Michinoku, Owen Hart, X-Pac, Mike Awesome, Eddie Guerrero, Tajiri, Jeff Jarrett, Bam Bam Bigelow, Chris Benoit, Mark Henry, Kurt Hennig, Kidman, and Perry Saturn. So you have one more pick than I do.
Yes.
Now,
I stole Fiddly from
you stole Mick Foley.
So now you got to implement your wild
card. I have the option of.
I don't think you have the option because I got one more guy than you.
Of implementing my wild card. So here's the thing: I could either steal a pick from you.
Yeah.
I could use my wild card to acquire a free agent that hadn't been chosen.
Yeah.
Which would then leave me leave me at 30 picks. Or I can replace an existing pick that I have. Now, before I do that, are there any trades you would like to make? Is there anybody that you want or anybody that you're willing to give up?
Just because there is a pick that you can do that could turn my world upside down.
Well, don't tell me.
No. I'm just saying. Just in case you did something that turned my world upside down, I don't want to do any trades yet.
Okay.
Let's use your wild card.
Oh, you want me to use my wild card first? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, I'm more than willing to do more trades with you.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So, because I was, I don't know why I picked these guys, but I'm going to use my wild card and I'm going to replace an existing pick. Okay? So I'm going to get rid of the Hardy Boys from 1998. They are no longer on my roster. All right? And in place of the Hardy Boys, I am going to replace them with, and this might be silly, but I'm going to replace the Hardys with the dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner.
All right.
So I've gotten rid of the Hardy Boys.
So
I've used my wild card to replace the Hardys with Rick Steiner.
So my nightmare situation.
Okay.
And I thought you were going to do it. You were going to use your wild card to steal my Dudley Boys.
I thought about that, and I also thought about stealing Randy Savage.
I didn't understand how important but this current roster that I built, how the Dudley Boys arguably is my Hulk Hogan right now. That if you stole them.
So what? They're like the center. They're the centerpiece of your organization.
My tag team kind of is my centerpiece.
Okay, your centerpice is focused on tag teams. That's interesting.
I kind of didn't want it to be that way, but it just turned out.
Turned out to be that way. Okay.
The Dudleys were by far. If I knew what I was going to do, I would have protected the Dudley Boys. Then I would have had them. Instead of RVD, it would have been the Dudley Boys.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said, I've used my wild card rule. I've replaced the Hardys with Rick Steiner. You stole Mick Foley from me. So you have one more pick than I do.
Yep.
Which is fine. Sometimes it's quality over
quantity. Does that mean do I have to release?
No. You got one more than me. It's just the way it is. We have that option of doing that. I could have stolen one from you. We would have been even. But I chose to go the different route and replace a pick. So I replaced Rick Steiner. I replaced the Hardys with Rick Steiner. Which nowadays is not very... Rick Steiner's not the most popular guy.
Yeah, I think what he said to that...
to the transgender wrestler Giselle Shaw from Impact Wrestling. Yeah.
You know what's weird? I hope I don't come out bigoted when I say this, but like most transgender people, right? You kind of see them a mile away. I don't know. Call me crazy. I didn't think she was. Now I can't unsee it. Now I kind of like, you know what I mean?
I didn't know she was transgender.
I never thought.
I didn't know she was transgender until I found out recently through the controversy of Rick Steiner. I've seen pictures of her on social media. She's beautiful. She dates. I don't know if she dates or she's married to Impact Wrestling executive Scott D'Amore, who used to work for. Used to be on screen as a manager.
Morris, right?
Huh?
Scott D'Amore. Is that Hugh Morris now?
No.
Okay.
No, different guys. Two different guys. But all right. So we got the wild cards out of the way. Are there any trades that you would like to make? Is there somebody that you want to get rid of, or is there somebody that you want from my end? We can go back and reread these rosters again, just to.
I got a hard on for Harden Pete, but granted, we can trade. How about Rocky Maivia for Harlem Heat? 1998, The Rock for Harlem Heat.
Wow, you really got Harlem Heat, man. You
They're so good.
You're killing me.
They're so.
I mean,
how about
you want a tag division is what you want, and I kind of have. I mean, I have the Legion of Doom, the Outsiders, Harlem Heat, and the Steiners. Those are my 4 teams right there.
Yeah, you do got the Steiners.
I individually picked them both, but I could have picked them as a team as well. I could have. So, but I mean, there's
a lot of trades me. Are you willing to trade Chris Benoit for Diamond Dallas Page?
Let me take a look here. Man, son of a bitch. Who else you got your eyes on?
You got some good ones. How about... I just think we could be... Just because I think... No, I want the Taker. How about The Rock for Eddie Guerrero?
I'd do the DDP Benoit trade.
Yeah, I want...
You want Benoit?
I want DDP so bad, but I want
Benoit. You want Benoit more. Okay. Yeah, I got you. So I got DDP now. You got Benoit. You really want Harlem Heat, don't you?
Yeah, well, what is it going to take from you? And give me something even if you know I'm going to say no about. What would it take for me to get Harlem Heat?
Damn. I mean, I didn't have any intentions of Harlem Heat being a team in this. I was more thinking of Booker T because he was a singles wrestler. But I don't have much of a tag team division. We're kind of both like floating with tag teams here. We don't have much for... Well, you have the Outlaws, you have... See, all I have now is Harlem Heat, Legion of Doom, and the Outsiders. And I guess I could make the Steiners into a team, even though I picked them as singles. But they both did team together early in '98.
If you trade Harlem Heat, you back yourself in the corner. Your Steiners have to be a tag team.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I'm not willing to give up Harlem Heat. Because I have options with them, just like I have options with the Steiners. I mean, you'd have to make me a really good offer for Harlem Heat.
What did we trade Harlem Heat for? Oh, Chris Jericho. Yeah, that's good. Alright. I'm willing to drop the bombshell. I really want Harlem Heat. I'm willing to give you RVD.
Ooh. I'll do that deal. Done. That's a good deal.
I think it's a fair trade.
That is okay. Really wow. Holy shit. All right. So the trade's official. Dennis and the WWF get Harlem Heat, and WCW gets RVD. A protected pick, too. That is wild.
I want Harlem Heat.
That is wild. Okay. All right. You got Harlem Heat. Wow.
And you got RVD. I didn't want to do it, but I wanted Harlem Heat so bad.
Okay.
I wanted Dudley Boys versus Harlem Heat so bad.
Dudley Boys and Harlem Heat. Okay.
I got
and you know what? Honestly, I wanted Legion of Doom and the Outsiders. So the Road Warriors against like the NWO kind of thing. So that works for me. Is there any other trades that or is there any other guys that I have that you're interested in? Or you?
What would it take for me to get Owen Hart? I think that was. I'm willing to give you this reward. I think that was the steal of the draft.
The steal of the draft. Okay.
So what would it?
That's a good one.
This is the Randy Moss of the what was it?
Owen
98
Hart.
draft.
Wow. Owen Hart. See, I was hoping you wouldn't go after him, but
I was saying, what would it take?
What would it take?
What would it take?
And
right off the bat, I'm not giving up Sting or Stone Cold.
I don't. You already gave up one.
I gave up RVD.
I can't.
I need singles.
I can't. Ask you to give up another protected guy. No. That would be. I mean, you'd be a moron to do that. Let me think here. Owen Hart. What would it take for Owen Hart? Taz.
Done deal.
Done deal? Okay.
I think that's such a fair trade.
Okay. Done. You got Owen Hart, I got Taz. As much as I wanted some more Owen Brett in a WCW setting with the NWO surrounding it, I can do that.
I gotta say, 90 was probably Taz's best year, so you're getting yourself a wrestler.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright,
Anybody else? Anything else that you could think of?
I mean, I want all your guys.
I know you.
I'm trying to think. What am I really
Is there somebody on your roster that you're willing to give up that you maybe regretted a pick? You're just like, all right, I'm just taking.
I got him just for namesake, Lex Luger. Are you willing to give up anyone for Lex Luger? I just got him because it's his name. Because he's a big name.
Because he's got a name.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in... I don't know if I want to do this. Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, he sucks, right?
I mean, I liked Luger. I was a Luger guy.
I was never a Luger guy.
I was a Luger guy. I liked Luger.
I saw he was a big name. We're in the 20s.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe Luger could be...
We give me Perry Saturn?
No, not for Luger.
That's your last pick.
Definitely not for Luger. Oh, man. I know, right? My last pick. I know. I like Saturn. Saturn's got some sort of I don't know. He's underrated to me. I felt. No, I don't want Luger. I don't have any desire for Luger. Right. I'll be honest with you. I don't. So, are we official?
This is official.
This is official.
I really like my roster.
Okay, one more time. It's been locked in. It's official. The draft is over. Wild cards have been used. Trades have been finalized. Dennis, read off your WWF roster.
All right, not necessarily in order anymore. I'm just saying when trades happen, I cross off the name and I replace it.
Just give me who you got now.
Who you got, exactly. So I got Stone Cold, Sting, Harlem Heat, Undertaker, The Rock, Dudley Boyz, Raven, Randy Savage, Chris Jericho, Owen Hart, New Age Outlaws, Ming, Lance Storm, Mick Foley, Edge and Christian, Sabu, Chris Benoit, Ric Flair, New Jack, Psychosis, Goldust, The Juice, Lex Luger, Headbangers, Just Incredible, Jerry Lynn, Dean Malenko, Too Cool, Terry Funk, and Fit Finlay.
All right, and over on the WCW side, I have Bret Hart, Goldberg, Hollywood Hogan, Shawn Michaels, the Legion of Doom, Kane, Rey Mysterio, The Outsiders, Hall and Nash, D'Lo Brown, Triple H, Farouk, Ken Shamrock, Shane Douglas, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner, Rob Van Dam, Taka Michinoku, Taz, X-Pac, Mike Awesome, Eddie Guerrero, Tajiri, Jeff Jarrett, Bam Bam Bigelow, Diamond Dallas Page, Mark Henry, Kurt Hennig, Billy Kidman, and Perry Saturn. Yeah, that was pretty damn good, Dennis. That is the official end to the very first and one of many, I'm sure, successful kicking out of two drafts.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I really appreciate that. Next time, maybe we'll do next year, 1999, and we'll have all three rosters. Maybe we'll get my dickhead brother to join us, and we can all draft and do trades and things like that.
ECW coalition.
Yeah, we can have an ECW representation. Even though we pretty much picked apart the ECW roster. There was nobody left. Tommy Dreamer was the last one left.
I was never a Tommy Dreamer guy.
Yeah, but
I like Chris Candido. I thought about Chris Candido. He's a guy. If we had a couple more picks, I would have definitely picked Chris Candido.
So let's take a look here before we get into it. Yeah. So here's who was left from the ECW contingent. Okay, Axl Rotten, Balls Mahoney, Beulah McGillicuddy, Bill Alfonso, Chris Candido, Kid Cash, Francine, Joey Styles, Little Guido, Nova, One Man Gang, Paul Heyman.
Wait a second. One Man Gang was in ECW?
Briefly, yeah.
Oh, shit.
In 98, yeah. Big Vito, Skull Von Crush, Spike Dudley, Steve Corino, Sonny, Super Crazy, and Tommy Dreamer and Dawn Marie. That was what was left of ECW after we picked apart. You have the Dudleys, you have Justin Credible, you have Jerry Lynn, you have Lance Storm, you have New Jack, you have Sabu, and you have Terry Funk. I have Tajiri, Taz, Shane Douglas, and Mike Awesome.
You also have RVD, of course.
And now RVD, yep, with the trade. So those are our locked-in rosters for the WWF and WCW. So what we're going to do for our next episode, I'm going to give you some time, Dennis.
Yep.
And each of us are going to construct our very own pay-per-view events from the WWF and the WCW, and we're going to let you guys vote who had the better card. So that will be for our next episode. What do you think?
It's going to be brilliant.
I'm looking forward to it. And that being said, I think it's official. We put this one down for the 3 count. All the picks are finalized. Trades are done. Wild cards out the window. This draft is complete. We will see you all next time.